take the energy from the universe. That is the power. When we started to more aware of the forehead and the mid-eyebrow and the crown, you started to feel energy coming. Two eye and the third eye combined, we call the primordial force. Now you have the power. Sexual energy, if you meditate, they have a lot of energy stored there. So when you get this energy back to the orgasm and brain orgasm, now you are feeding the soul and spirit. The Tao said when you contract the anus, energy from the anus come up to the crown. And that is the key. This asshole actually connecting to the crown is the holy hole. So no asshole, no holy hole. My age now I understand more, and I think that the science helped tremendously in the Tao practice. Every time when they discover something, it's like, oh, I understand the Tao. E equal mc squared. Energy cannot be destroyed, only transformed. Exactly what my master told me. They say, hey, you work with energy, you're never wrong. When a person have conflict, it started to radiate out to the family. And from the family have conflict, it radiate out to the neighbor and to the community. And this conflict creating bigger conflict. But when people have enough chi, they don't get sick easily and they don't deplete themselves. Now we have a better world.
Hi, it's Brian Rose from London Real. You probably know that we've just recently been re-platformed on YouTube after 25 months completely in the dark. The truth is, I really need your help. What I really need you to do is click on that subscribe button right now, like this video, and maybe even leave a comment or share the link with friends. We're really fighting against an algorithm that's tried to keep us quiet for so long. And the more subscribers we have, the more people watch our content, the better guests we can bring you, the better content, and we can continue transforming lives. We've been doing this for 14 years now. I want to do this for another 14 years, but I really need your help. So click on that subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment, share this, and we're going to continue to bring you more and more great content. Thank you. Master Mantak Chia is back in the building. He is the Taoist Master who talks about Qi and, of course, sexual energy. Mantak was just at our summit event in London in front of 1,000 people, and we went really deep this time on sexual energy. Male, female, the deal with multiple male orgasms and all sorts of things associated with that and human energy. I really implore you to pay special attention to this episode because sexual energy isn't just about sex, it's about being the best human you can be, about connecting with the world, about transforming yourself and just being a part of this human species. Every time I sit down with Mantak, he blows me away. This man is a serious OG gangster when it comes to energy, understanding, human anatomy, and I know you're going to enjoy another incredible episode with Mantak Chia. This is London Real. I am Brian Rose. My guest today is Mantak Chia, the Taoist master, author, and healer who teaches people how to empower themselves through the cultivation of their Qi energy. You are the creator of the Universal Healing Tao System and have been named one of the 100 most spiritually influential people in the world. You're best known for your deep understanding of the power of sexual energy through the male and female multiple orgasm. You also explain how we can activate our bio battery, known as the second brain, and teach the art of using our Qi energy to heal ourselves. Master Chia, welcome back to London Real.
Yes. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you so much, Master Chia. I just saw you 2 weeks ago at our London Real Summit. There were 1,000 people there, and everyone loved you.
Oh, thank you.
It was so important to have you there. I feel like you're part of London Real and you're part of the family, and you were on stage with Dan Pena and Dan DePani and Marissa Peer and me, and it was great, and people really enjoyed your talk, so thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
You have been traveling the world for 35 years teaching this
Yes.
stuff. And as I mentioned on stage, and we were just talking, I mean, you went to Berlin and taught these trainings when the wall was still up in
Yes.
Berlin.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a long time
A long
ago.
time.
And so you really are an OG, like you're an original gangster
Right.
when it comes to chi energy.
Yeah.
And I think that's really powerful. How has the teaching changed over the years? Are the students different? Is the knowledge different?
The knowledge and energy different, and the wisdom are different.
Okay.
Because when you started to work more with, because the West discovered all the violet light, all the dark violet lights are creating light, and that's what make me understand, because the Tao always talk about violet light. And when the West, the Geneva, they do the testing of the particle hit together,
Right.
and they come out with violet light.
The violet light happened when they did the collider,
The collider,
atomic
yes,
collider.
right.
So the Western science is constantly proving what the
What
Tao
the
is
Tao
taught
talk about so
for
long
thousands of years, right?
And one thing make me whole understanding the Tao practice, because they talk about this, the universe are covered with this violet light, dark violet light. And this violet light is the creator, it's creating thing. And now they still happen that they bang together and they're creating something all the time. They themselves banking. And that's why now every country now to discover that they're creating something, because cosmic particle coming down and hit. So there are three kinds that the Tao know, and now they have four kinds. So one kind, the particle so small, go to the body, pass the body, go to the earth, pass the earth. One come in and hit you, and pass to you and stay on the earth. And one is come in and stay, hit the body and stay in the body. They are doing something in the body. And that's what the Tao we call Qi. So actually when they do the Qi Gong,
Yeah.
the particle follow. So when they're moving it and they're banking, they're creating something.
Okay.
So they call it Qi Gong.
Okay.
So they're moving and moving and moving and moving and moving and moving until the particle is the energy coming in, and they started to work. Yeah, very similar. That's
So
how they do.
you enjoy the Western science.
Yes.
Because it kind of confirms and explains what the Tao taught you and what your master taught you back in the day.
I make more understanding.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it's helpful.
yeah, very helpful. So when they said this violet light is everywhere, which I never understand. My master said, you have to wait and wait until the violet light comes. I said, how, where? But now when I understand that the West said, this violet light fill up every space in this universe. So in the room here, you have it.
Right.
They all fill up. So if like this, it's everywhere. I can get it everywhere. And since that time, I get it. But the Tao talk about this violet light is a wisdom light. It gives you wisdom. That's why Solomon, when God asked him what you want, he said, no, I only want wisdom. That's it. And that is the light. The wisdom light, because it carry information. So all the universe is it's a big it's bigger than Google many billion times.
Right.
All the knowledge and wisdom is in this universe.
Okay. Well, maybe you can drop some wisdom on us tonight.
Yes.
Because when you first came here 2 or 3 years ago, Master Chia, I didn't know much about your teachings. And we were in the old studio, and you started talking about sexual energy. You made me very uncomfortable because I'm from the West, and I'm an American, even worse. I'm a Puritan. You know, in America, we don't like to talk about sex, even though we still, I'm sure, have sex. But you started teaching me about the sexual energy, and then I started reading your books, the multiple male orgasm and the multiple female orgasm, and all the things you've written. And man, everything you told me, I realized was true. And everything you tell me, sometimes it takes me a year or two, but then it starts to really make sense. And I was wondering maybe if we could start at the very top level of what sexual energy is. Like, what does it mean? Because it's the beginning of life.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We all were created by sexual
Right.
energy. Maybe you can talk about
So the Tao said so the very important part, when when our parents or men and women make love, if they have love, they always start with arousal, orgasm, love. Or we said love, arousal, love, compassion, arousal, orgasm, love combine together when they make love. And it generates a power or chi, we call loving chi or love vibration. And this energy passed down to the sperm and one passed down to the egg. So in the Tao state, this is come from two very powerful organs we have. One is the heart. Heart can multiply love many, many times. Sexual organ can multiply so much sexual energy. So it's the two big multiplier put together, the triple, quadruple. Okay. And now they have power to draw in we call primordial force and primordial light. So primordial force is the original force that we run our lives later on. Primordial light in the Tao set is the soul and spirit coming to us. And primordial sound is the one that come in and activate our breathing, the heartbeat, the pulsing, and later on is the breathing. So the sound is the vibration. And so we have that sound coming in, continue, make the life inside us. So these three forces. So that's why the first force we call primordial force coming in, and we run our whole life with this force. So 25% stored in the kidney. Okay. 25% stored in the sexual organ to have baby. And 25% they store in the kidney for emergency or for extra power when you have fear or survival. Kidney, actually adrenal gland activate the kidney store energy, is coming out and give you extra power to run through your life. Or if you need any extra energy power to do certain thing, when you access the adrenaline and kidney, now you have more power than what you can do. And that's what you access it when you do the Iron Man.
Right.
You access that power that in you to finish it.
Okay. And so 25% in the sexual organs, 25% in the kidneys. Mm-hmm. Where's the rest?
And the rest is stored in the Dantian, we call the abdominal. Okay. And now the rest known as the second brain.
Right, which I want to talk about after this, the second brain.
So in this energy, is stored behind, because it comes from the navel and stored behind that.
Okay.
So in this energy, the important part of the Tao said, this energy left 50% only to run the whole life. So this 50%, they started to split into organ in order to hold the soul spirit stay inside us. So if this original force gone, soul spirit left and we finish. And store in the breathing, the thyroid and the breathing. So the breathing also involves the force. We call the power that make us breathe in the air, and the diaphragm move and suction draw in, and that is the power and need that original force to run it every day. And the combustion of when the oxygen and nutrition come in and combustion, and that is original force. So all the time we need original force to do. We thinking, we work, all this original energy running.
Okay.
So if we spend them out, or we no more.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so the sexual energy starts off with that love and that compassion and that heart energy, and then that's what creates us as babies. Okay. Yeah. And then when we get older, how do we channel our own sexual energy?
So the whole key in the Tao said, since the sexual energy inherit 25%, one quarter of the force. No, 1/3 of the force. Okay?
Okay.
And now, we know that that power in order just to have baby. So in the olden time, when the emperor asked the Tao, Master said, how many times I can ejaculation? And the Tao Master figured out 5,000 times or 6,000 times.
Total.
Total.
That's it. And that's true for any man.
Yes.
5,000 or 6,000 in their
Yeah.
life. Okay.
So now the Google have that. They said 7,000.
Okay.
6 to 7,000. So it's very close.
Okay. Okay.
So, but now we don't need that much many baby. Okay. So in the olden time, the king, sometimes they want so many concubines. 1,000, 2,000, 2,000. They hope that when they ejaculation and get the jackpot, they get a baby. So they can have 1,000 baby or like that. But now when we have 1 or 2 or 3 children, we have still many sperm on egg level. So that's why the monk, the nun, the holy man, they discovered this secret. Sexual energy, if you meditate or transform them, they have a lot of energy stored there. You can transform them back. So that is transformation.
Okay.
And it took me a long time to understand how a simple transformation happened. And now it's simple, E equal mc squared. And the simple part is the sun shining on the water. When sun shining on the ice, liquid state is changed to water and it changed to liquid. And the liquid state, when the sun shining on the water, it changed into gas, energy, chi. Okay?
Yes.
So now sexual energy is regarded like liquid, because the sperm, the egg, the menstruation, all these things like liquid. So if you have, so he said the left eye is the sun, the right eye is the moon, and the mid eye, the heavenly eye we call the star. When you combine them together, it's the sun shining on the water. And now it's so simple. Sometimes, you just simple smiling to the sexual organ, and you just relax. Just smiling, and you feel these 2 eye and the third eye combined. Now you have the power. Okay? Wow. And now you change them, because it's just like just think simple, sun shining on the water. It changed into steam, chi. And now it transforms from one energy to another energy.
Okay.
Otherwise, if we don't do that, it just turns to sperm, and now it's waiting to get out. And that's why all the great master, or the monk and the nun and the priest, they discover that if we sit, meditate. I like the Tao because it's very precise. But when a lot of great monk, great master, they sit until one time the energy started to transform. So the only transform part that you have is the sexual energy, because it takes 1/3 of our life force. And every man has a lot of energy stored there. After you don't want baby, you can transform them.
Right, but most men in the West, for example, or who don't understand the Tao, they think that we just got to get the sperm out.
Yes.
All the time.
Yes.
Let me get it out today, tomorrow, the next day, and then that's what, I mean, I was a little boy in America, and we got the porno magazines and we tried to get it out. But that's a waste of the whole concept of sexual energy.
Yes.
Because it can be used for so much more.
The brain.
The brain.
The power, the willpower. Everything. Okay? So that's why we know that when you're in a sport, the first thing, if you want to outperform other people, you have to know sex. Right. And you train and you train. Now, by training hard, it transforms the sexual energy by itself.
Right. So you refrain from sex if you're in sports.
Right.
And you take that sexual energy and start putting it into your body.
By training hard, you put it back to your system and to the brain.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's one example.
Yes.
And I think when you start talking about the multiple male orgasm, it's a way of explaining to men and showing them that you can take this sexual organ that a lot of men think is just like down here.
Yes.
And it's just to get the sperm out. and use it as a way of pulling energy all the way up your spine and into your brain. And I remember you once told me you've written how many books, Master Chia?
64 books.
64 books. And how old are you, Master Chia?
76 now.
76, right? And you have a schedule like you're 56, and you look like you're 56. But you always said to me, Brian, when I want to write, I channel my sexual energy.
Yes.
And
Because
so,
give you creating power.
creating power.
It's creating us,
How would you explain that to someone who's never heard of these ideas? How could you use your sexual organs to create energy that can be creative, loving energy, inspiring energy?
Because the sexual energy we call make love. Okay? So when we make love, love and sex have to combine. So we call make love. But when love and sex combine, it double, triple, quadruple. So now you can harvest that energy up. If we learn how to control in the moment when we close to ejaculation. For example, so the Tao said, okay, very simple. Let's talk about 10. Okay, so number 10 is the ejaculation.
Right, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 is the ejaculation.
So in the Tao said that you are spoiling your medicine. Because the Tao believe that when we arousal orgasm, you activate a lot of hormone, and that they compare them like a medicine.
Right.
Because the Chinese take our medicine, and put together and make it a formula for the body. So this, when we arousal, it activates the gland system. This the whole thing is the gland system first. The sex gland activate, the pituitary gland, the hypothalamus activate, and the ovary, the testicle, the prostate gland all activate.
Right.
And they're giving energy because the body says, oh, they're going to have baby. Let's give our best shot to give up a next offspring. So every time the body have to prepare a lot of good energy to pass to the next one, because a human is so complicated.
Right, it needs a lot of energy to get it started.
To get it, yeah.
Right, and so as opposed to just rushing to the orgasm, you can channel all that energy.
Channel. So if the night does it getting too close.
Okay, so
too close.
And so for people that don't understand, an ejaculation and an orgasm are separate things.
Right.
Can you explain that to someone? Because I'm sure you meet men that don't understand that.
Yes, all the time they ask and they don't understand.
Because, again, back when I was a kid, when I was a boy, the first time I knew what an orgasm was when I ejaculated by masturbation. And from then on, I thought they're always the same thing. Now, for women, we know they can have multiple orgasms.
Yes.
But men, most men, if you ask them if you can have a multiple orgasm, they would say, no, Master Chia, you're crazy. So how would you explain that to people?
Because, so the Tao said you can have many, if you can prolong and learn how to control, and that is called the mind power. So the Tao said if you can prolong and control not ejaculation one time, your mind power increase. Willpower, mind power, creating power increasing. Because that is a lot of willpower and a mind power to stop ejaculation.
Right.
Okay? Now, but it's now we understand, when you understand the technique, it's not difficult.
Right.
So, when we make love, we feel orgasm. And you get to one level we call 7 and 8.
Right, so you're getting, so 1 is nothing's happening.
Yes.
10 is, it's too late, ejaculation.
9 is also too late.
Almost too late, because at 9 you're close enough it's going to happen and it's over. So you want to get to a 7 or 8.
7 and 8, you feel good.
Okay, you feel good.
You feel good, that means you feel, I feel good, I want more.
Right.
But that time that you want more, if you go beyond it, it's no more.
Right. So what do you do at a 7 or 8?
So 7 and 8.
Most guys, when they get to 7 or 8, they go to the 10.
They faster, and go to the 10, and you finish.
And then they'll never understand sexual energy.
Right.
They'll never activate the hormones. Nothing. Okay.
But when they go to 7, 8, it just feels so good. And that is the time they said, now when you rest, and you feel, hey, they are feeling good here. Okay? Now in that moment, a lot of hormone system, a lot of organ is all giving energy to that part. So the Tao said, if you want baby, that is the best energy to give to the baby. Okay? But if you don't want baby, that is the best energy to bring back to the system. or it's the best energy for the spiritual energy. But the Tao said you make your body stronger, healthier, because organ house the soul and spirit. So when you get this energy back to the orgasm and brain orgasm, now you are feeding, when the organ is strong, it's feeding the soul and spirit. So that is how the Tao look this way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're storing all this energy around parts of your body. When you can control the sexual energy, and then again, you're choosing not to put it into a baby, you can put it back into yourself.
Because you don't want baby
Because
anymore.
you don't want a baby, right? And you can put it into your spiritual energy as well.
Right.
Okay. And so back to a few details. You get to 7 or 8, you hold on for a second, and you're trying to draw the orgasm up your spine.
Right. They have to learn one exercise.
Yes.
We call the anus exercise.
Anus exercise.
Yes, anus exercise.
Again, makes everybody uncomfortable when you talk about this. Not me anymore. I've been hanging out with you too long, Master Chia.
So the anus is the pelvic floor. Okay. There's a hole in the between the floor. It's just like this. It's a floor.
Okay.
And it's a hole there.
On the pelvic floor.
Pelvic floor.
Okay.
So this pelvic floor, so you use the anus as the center, and you have left anus, front anus, right anus, and back anus. So the anus pelvic is not big, like this. Okay. But this pelvic floor, now the West discovered that, oh my God, this is so important. And the doctor said, oh my God, all the sickness because the pelvic floor are too weak. And they don't want to do it because they think that's anus, that's his asshole.
Right.
We don't
That's
want
bad.
bad.
It's dirty, or I'm gay, or something like that, right? The West is weird
Right.
about that. Okay.
But the Tao said the anus, when you contract the anus, energy from the anus come up to the crown, and that is the key. So the Tao will talk, this asshole actually connecting to the crown is the holy hole. So no asshole, no holy hole. So that is the key.
All right, so you need to connect with that and understand that.
Yes.
Also, you have the PC muscle.
Yes.
Which is the muscle that most men would know if you are urinating
Right.
and you want to stop
Right.
the stream. That's the muscle you
Right.
squeeze on. So we all use it.
Yes.
But it's fairly weak in most people.
Right, because if you don't train until you can feel that, when you train pull up, now there is a tendon, big tendon attached on that. So when you pull them up, the tendon activate. Oftentimes they have so many muscles run to, so in the Tao said there's so many tendons run into hold the penis and hold the testicle. So when you contract it, you are making the tendon and muscle stronger, and you can control it. And that's why you can control ejaculation.
Right. It's those muscles.
Those
It's
muscles.
the PC muscle.
And we call the many.
Okay.
The many. There's a lot. There is more than a lot of tendon and muscle over there.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you pull for a while, you can feel that the penis started to moving like that. And when you started to do that, you have a much stronger erection, and that muscle also involved with the prostate gland, and you can control it.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
It's the prostate gland as well. All right. And I'm doing it right now. I know that's weird, but all right. So, okay. So by controlling those muscles, you can prolong
And the mind.
and the mind.
Have to pass the mind.
Right. So you don't get to 10, you stay at 7 or
Right.
8 and use those muscles, and that way you can prolong the orgasm.
Right. Very important, People ask me, I give them an example that when you go to the buffet, you eat. So the Tao talk about eat lesser 1/3 of the food and you live longer. And now the West, they just come up with, last year, if you want to live longer, this is the top secret, you eat 1/3 less food. That's it.
Right.
That's all. And try not to eat too much, very little in the evening, because evening is the only key that make you live longer.
Okay.
Because evening, when you eat, the body cannot use it, so it's stored as fat and sugar. It's stored there.
Okay. Is there a buffet analogy with this?
So when you go to the buffet, you eat and you feel good. That is the time. But when you look at it, oh my God, it's so many food. Okay. Now you eat a little bit more, and after that you look, oh my God, I haven't finished my cake yet. I haven't had my cake yet. And you have the cake and the coffee, now you're over. So when you feel good, and you stop eating, that is the 7. I feel good. I feel good. That is 7 and 8. When you make love, it's the same. But if you cannot control, say, I want more. But you have to realize that there are no more. When you go beyond that, it's in the Tao said is the downfall. You finish ejaculation, and that's it. And now you go to a phase of everything drop down, everything relax, everything gone. So sometimes people misunderstand that they ejaculate and they feel good. Yes, it's different thing. Because the body released the energy out, and now the body need to rebuild it. Okay? And that's why men, when ejaculation, your sperm is gone. Now the body force the penis to be soft. So you cannot have sex. You have to recover and you can have it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, with the multiple orgasms, how many orgasms should men have?
You know, it's how you train, but at least you can have, we call like a wave. Okay?
Yeah.
So when you make love, but they're always involved with, you need to get the lady ejaculation
Right.
first. That is a major part. So the Tao talk about 3 water. That means the lady can at least have 3 times ejaculation, because lady only 1 egg 1 month. They produce 1 egg 1 month. So the lady have the fluid is the seminal fluid, the same like man, but they call the ski gland. So that fluid is just like water, a little bit smooth the part. So mostly it's the water, a fluid. So lady not lose too much energy because they only 1 egg.
Right.
Yeah, but men need to prepare 100 million, 200 million, that much of sperm. Because when the man ejaculation into the vagina, because the vagina are designed to kill sperm. So when the man ejaculation in, 180 million die immediately because all the acid inside, they kill them all.
Right.
And you left 20 million, so the 20 million walk through the dead body. Because they have to walk through the dead body, otherwise they survive.
Bodies. Right, okay, all right.
They cannot survive. So when they're entering the vagina, now it's a big maze again. They get lost. So those stupid ones get lost. Only left one smart one is you and me, you know.
Right,
That's the Bible.
Okay. All right, so you talk about the female orgasm because the men need to prepare the female to continue having the multiple orgasms.
Right.
So talk about the women. They have the 3 gates you talk
Yes.
about, right?
Yeah. Because woman, you have the first gate is the clits, the clitoris. Because the clitoris is where is built. So in some tribe in Africa, they think that, okay, lady, you don't need the clit, so they cut it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because clit is nothing involved with having baby and nothing involved with any part of having baby. So they think that why you need to have it.
Right.
Okay. But they maybe know that, hey, why lady need to have orgasm and feel good about that? That gland is only fun,
Right.
or feel arousal, or feel good.
Right.
Okay? But why we have that, you see? So it's for playing, because the clit is not in the vagina. It's on the top of it. And the leg also around in the lips. They have, so that's quite big, but we only see the tip of it. So the Tao said you need to work with it. So in the olden time, they use tofu.
Tofu?
Yes.
Wow.
Because that is very sensitive point. So they buy soft tofu, 3 layer, and you put on the finger on it, and you try. So you need to train. Otherwise you cannot, because if you don't get the vibration enough to go right to it.
To the tofu.
To the tofu,
Okay.
you cannot go to the clit and the leg of the clitoris, and about the expansion of the, so it's quite big. So the vibration, so when you get on a tofu and you started to vibrating and train the vibration, and the vibration have to go through. And if the vibration go to enough, the lady ejaculation.
Okay. Do you still recommend tofu or not?
But they can at least train themselves.
Okay.
But tofu is the good, it's so soft.
Okay, understood.
And you can see that if you break the tofu, oh, the lady said, don't touch it, you know.
Right. And I always was surprised because 2 of the 3 gates, and we'll talk about the second gate next, the penis can't do anything with.
Yes.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Because you think the male sexual organ and the female sexual organ go together and it's that simple. But it's not. Because to hit the first gate, and then we'll know the second gate, you need fingers and tongues and tofu.
Right.
And devices, maybe.
Right.
That's
to train it.
Okay, you need training. Okay.
Yeah, because the first gate, so your Tao said you have to be patient and compassion.
Okay.
Patient is that you have to work with the clits. And sometimes it can take a while. Okay? So when you're hugging, kissing, the penis is already erect. And the man always want to penetrate immediately. So the Tao said, hey, listen, the woman, like water, like yin, is not ready yet. Water need time to boil. Man, like fire, we start boom, burn, elect, and you go. Right. So in the beginning, if you get the fire and put in the water, and you finish very quick. You finish, okay. So the Tao said, if you prepare the lady ejaculation, and you started, now the lady started to boil, and you started to make love. Now the lady up boiling already. And now when we make love, now you also feel arousal, orgasm, and you have more control. Because lady already ejaculation, now the lady more easier, okay? And when men make love to one level 7, 8, you feel good. Now you have to say, hey, I feel good. That's it. Now you rest. Now you learn to contract anus. Left anus, we know that if you want the kidney, left anus is the floor of the kidney. Okay. Because this is the floor. So in the left side, all the organ on the left anus. So if you lightly contract anus, left anus, and you can guide the energy into the kidney, or to the left lung, or to the spleen.
Okay.
So that's all the left brain. Okay, you can actually, so the Tao said, orgasm here, if you leave it here, you're going to get out. You lost that. So the Tao said, you lost that medicine.
Right.
Because that is medicine, like in the New York Times, I think it's more than 15 years ago. They have big article, and at that time, I haven't do much anything for that. And actually, I'm looking for that. They call making love is a chemical warfare. That is exactly what the Tao talk about. This hormone chemical is a very powerful energy inside our body. Yeah. So that's why once you feel arousal, orgasm, and you learn how to start left and right anus, if you want to like both kidney or both lung or liver, you contract the left or right, and now you shift the mind and the perineum contract. Now you guide the orgasm into the liver or into the kidney or into the lung.
And you pull that orgasm up into the organs, up the spine or up through the organs?
Up the floor.
Up the floor, okay. Not through the spine.
In the spine, it goes to the brain.
Okay, spine, it goes up the brain. Otherwise, it goes into the organs through the floor.
Right.
Okay, this takes years of training?
No.
Months?
There are people understand the anus, and they just play with it. Just left anus, right anus, front anus, back anus. The back anus go to the spine. The front anus go up more into all the hormone system, back into the front part of the brain and the center of the brain.
Okay.
So you just simple contract because it's the floor.
Right.
We sit on it all the time.
And so how many times are you coming close to that or you're actually having the orgasm without the ejaculation, aren't you? And when you get to the 7 or 8, you have the orgasm, you feel really good, but you're not having the ejaculation. You calm down a little bit, and then you keep pulling it up. So are you having 3, 4, 5, 6, 7?
Many of them.
Many.
Right.
Okay.
So there are few techniques that people I teach, so they have to choose which one. But this one in the Tao said is the best of the best. You just write, and that's, as I told you, just like you eat, I am feel good. That's it. But when you eat a little bit more, and you get blow off, and the stomach no space to digest it, because when you give 1/3, and you left 1/3 space, now the stomach have space to move. You see? The same thing in sex. When you just feel good, very good, that energy is a perfect medicine, a perfect energy that you can harvest back. But once you go beyond that, that medicine started to over and going to spill off and finish.
Right. Yeah. And then also, the French call the ejaculation the petite mort, the small death.
Yes.
And some men don't feel good after ejaculation.
Yes.
They feel tired and low energy because you've lost all that vital
energy.
Energy. Okay. All right. And so again, you're pulling it up through the organs. 7, 8, 9 of these you can think about. And the older you get, sometimes you don't even ejaculate at all.
Right.
And when you're your age, if you choose not to, no more.
Yes. But when you do that, you need to massage the perineum to releasing the cramp. And the Tao are very concerned about prostate gland. Right. Because when you're not ejaculation, you're a lot of fluid. So the Tao talk very simple. You sit and you smile, smiling sunshine into the water. That's all. Because if the sun shining on the water, it change into steam. So when it's steam, it go everywhere. So in the Tao, we talk about prostate gland is a super gland. It's Superman gland.
Superman gland.
Yes.
Okay.
When you after you have sex and finish and not ejaculation, now the fluid holding in the prostate gland. Now that fluid, you need to releasing it. And the way of releasing it, if you think a simple way, you put water in the bottle, you cap them, and you put it there. It go nowhere, okay. But if you open it and put it on the pot, and you're shining on the sun, in half a day it's all evaporate, no more water. So the Tao said you have to experience when you finish a lot of fluid and the sperm also, in not ejaculation out. So that power, if you focus on this smiling sunshine, just smiling sunshine, and you feel, hey, a lot of energy released from the prostate gland, and a lot of energy started to come out from the seminal duct that store a lot of sperm, and it transforms it. So that's how we got a transformation.
Okay. What do your students tell you after they first start learning the multiple male orgasm? How are their lives changed?
They said, Master Chia, I cannot go back to the old way of sex anymore. That is too boring and too exhausted. And he said, I can get things done much more than before because I'm not exhausted, and now I feel more energy. So some people, they said after as I said, tell them that after they have sex, they just, if you don't ejaculation, you have to go and run. You have to go and run. You have a lot of energy.
Right.
Yeah.
And what about the hormones? What's happening with the hormones? And also, sometimes the nipples are involved, and there's a whole hormonal change when you build up a sexual energy.
Right. So the Tao, I think that back to many thousand years, the Tao discovered that when a baby sucks the nipple of the mother, when it sucks, the uterus contract. Okay? And lady feel it, the uterus contract. Now they discover that this nipple have connection into the ovary and the uterus. Okay. So they discover that this is the
To continue watching the rest of the episode for free, visit our website londonreal.tv or click the link in the description below. Most people will never see this opportunity. Dubai luxury transformation projects have historically delivered 40 to 90% annual returns. That is incredible. These were once reserved only for insiders with access. I spent 15 years on Wall Street and I learned this: the biggest returns always go to the people who get the call first. Now, you finally can. We've just received a brand new project with major upside potential. Allocations move fast. Click the link, apply now, and speak to my team. This is your chance to see what others never will.